Today on Northland Outdoors, we take the show on the road, all the way to the panhandle of Florida, a place where so many Northlanders spend the cold winter months, including a Hall of Fame angler and a Hall of Fame broadcaster who've taken their show on the road as well. It's a Northland Outdoors adventure in the South, right now on Northland Outdoors.
This is amazing, Johnny. What a beautiful fish.
Hi everybody, I'm Chad Cool. Welcome to Northland Outdoors. But guess what? We're nowhere near the Northland, okay? We are on the Gulf Coast in northern Florida, and we're here for a very special reason. One of my oldest friends in fishing, guide Johnny Candle from Devil's Lake, and one of my oldest friends in broadcasting, retired broadcaster, long time sportscaster in North Dakota, Lee Timmerman, are down here. They spend their winters, they get out of the Northland like so many people do and guide for saltwater fish down here on the Gulf. And guess what? We decided to bring the Northland down to them this week. We're gonna chase some awesome saltwater fish with Johnny and LT right now on Northland Outdoors. We'll start with that. Yeah.
I had met Lee one time. I remember exactly where it was. Man, this kind of sounds like a love story. It's kind of weird. But anyways.
For nearly 3 decades, veteran North Dakota pro angler Johnny Candle and longtime North Dakota sportscaster Lee Timmerman have collaborated on what is one of the longest running fishing education TV series in the Northland. Pros Pointers began way back in 1997 when a young, aspiring fishing pro from Ohio moved to Bismarck, North Dakota.
I liked the concept, the idea of fishing information, putting that out. We did it once a week then, we still do it once a week now. And my boss had a couple other local professionals in mind, but I got to meet Johnny and I convinced him that I think we should go with the new guy, and he trusted my gut, and I think we're right, because this year will be season number 29 of Pros Pointers. And how many years have you lived in North Dakota now?
29.
There you go.
Through decades of spreading the gospel of fishing, Johnny and Lee formed a lasting friendship. And like so many of us in the North, the guys and their wives started vacationing in Florida in the winter. For Johnny, that led to bringing his fishing guide skills south during the ice season. Then, in the fall of 2024, when Lee retired from his Hall of Fame broadcasting career, it was time to get the band back together.
We had kind of hinted at it, talked a little bit about what might be the next step, and when it was time for me to end that career, that was in September, people asked me all the time, what are you going to do? And I said, well, I'm heading down to Florida. I'm going to be the first mate on Johnny's fishing boat this winter and see how it goes. It's gone very well. Look like your bait's going the right way, Johnny?
Yeah, it does.
So we thought it was high time to see firsthand how this pair of lifelong Northland outdoorsmen take a lifetime of fishing knowledge and put it to work on the warm winter saltwater of the Gulf. On this flat, calm, beautiful early March day, it doesn't take long to find out.
We are hooked up. Just pull into the spot and there's fish busting all over in this. Look at this. Look at this. And this beautiful flat calm, you can just see them everywhere. And instantly, look at this. Here comes yours. You got a follower.
Yeah.
You got another bait? That's a giant falling.
Yeah. Oh, I caught a grouper. That's not even a jack.
Oh, yeah.
What the heck is that grouper doing up on top?
Yeah. Look at it. Johnny, big grouper. And I think I've got an amberjack on here. And I gotta tell you, there's nothing more fun than that. well than this. But these fish busting on the surface and then being able to throw right at them.
Oh yeah, there we go.
Yep, and as soon as it hits the water, what happens? And this is the other really fun part about this, is that while we're guessing it's a big amberjack, we still really don't have any idea exactly what it is. Could be a big grouper, or it could be a, who knows. I'm gonna put you back, I promise. I just want to show you to all our friends up north what you look like. And you know, that's a nice fish, big fish, but it tells you how strong these things are. You were talking about it. I mean, he just will not quit, and he still has life. Look at that. Wow. All right, about ready?
Yep, he's deeper than you think.
Yep. Couple
There
more
you go.
reels. One more. Got him. Woo! Look at that bad boy.
Well, I know we love to talk about these, Chad, but they're surfacing all around us, and I don't know how long, so I think we should let you catch your breath, and I'm going to tie another spoon on there, and we're going to try to catch some more of these things.
So it's pretty obvious why these guys love saltwater in the winter. And our big fish adventure continues right after this.
Look at this.
Ray's Sport and Marine is your family-owned local headquarters for fishing and pontoon boats. From brands such as Lund, Crestliner, Viaggio, Bennington, and more. Stop in today to check out our great selection of 2025 models and get out on the water this summer. Our friendly and knowledgeable staff is here to help you find the perfect boat. Ray's Sport and Marine, your pontoon and fishing boat headquarters. Now open in Alexandria.
We are out on a splendid Sunday morning. We're gonna go catch some fish.
You come to a place like Devil's Lake and you hear stories, you want to get out there and you want to find a monster.
Everything that you read about Devil's Lake, it's true.
Been guiding up here for almost 15 years, and it is absolutely the most astounding fishery that I've ever been to, and I've been all over the U.S.
I reeled in the biggest one of my life. That was a pretty special experience to me.
Plan your next adventure at devilslakend.com.
Northland Outdoors is brought to you by Ray's Sport and Marine, when your passion is the water. Devil's Lake, North Dakota. Discover your next adventure. Staybill Mount, rock solid mounting systems. And by Muscatel Burns Ford. Get your next Ford from Ward. We're taking a midwinter break from the Northland to join veteran Devil's Lake guide and pro angler Johnny Candle and his first mate, longtime North Dakota broadcaster Lee Timmerman, for a day of what has become their full-time wintertime jobs, guiding saltwater anglers off the coast of Carabel, Florida. Johnny and Lee have located a massive school of amberjack feeding on and near the surface about 6 miles offshore. I'm throwing the new Berkeley power switch, working it quickly just under the surface.
There's another one. Doggone it. I was just starting to get... This one's not quite as heavy, at least not yet. And he's really flipping and flopping and spinning. Look at this. Just going wherever he wants to go. Look at that. Look at that. Holy mackerel. You talk about a feeding frenzy.
Hi, Chad. What are you doing?
Hey! Lee's got one hooked up. Awesome. How about a triple, Johnny?
Got a gag.
Big gag. Nice. What do you got there?
You win. Yours is bigger.
There you go. I think I can hand land that one.
That's beautiful.
Nice gag grouper. Going back into the ocean.
Beautiful. Wow.
Big fish. Beautiful.
So much fun.
Cast off there, Chad. Catch another one.
I'm tired, you slave driver.
You find out really quick if you're good at tying knots.
Yeah, that's true.
If you missed a nick in your line somewhere, because like I said, we're fishing walleye gear. That's a 7-foot medium heavy 20-pound line rated rod you got on there, and man, it's just so fun. I thought I was going to see him.
Nice.
One might not fit in the net, Chad.
Well, we can.
It's not going to fit in the net.
I can get him. If we get him tired enough, we'll just gill him. I need the musky net.
That is
Not
a
small
tank.
animal.
No. Wow. Look at that, people. Okay.
Grab his tail.
Got him. He's a two-hander. Holy mackerel, Johnny. Oh. I can't even lift him hardly. Oh, look at that.
Reef donkeys. That's what they call
Is that
them.
what we call them?
Reef donkeys.
Wow.
Spoon attached to that. Can't find it.
That's a 50-pound fish.
Right there.
He's
somewhere.
every bit of 50. Yeah, he's in there.
All right.
Look at, he just crushed it. T-bone that spoon.
Get him unhooked. Awesome. Awesome.
Awesome. Now I know why you come down here.
Exactly.
The reef donkeys are on the prowl, and we're about to turn the excitement level up another notch, catching giant amberjack on topwater. Stay tuned.
There he is. Come on. He got it. That's a big one. Oh.
Muscatel Burns Ford is your Ford truck headquarters in Hawley. Be sure to check out our selection on-site or online. Ask about complimentary local pickup and delivery for your next oil change. We're newly expanded to serve you even faster. New or used for work or play, Muscatel Burns Ford on Highway 10 in Hawley. Hey, get your next Ford from Ward.
This segment of Northland Outdoors is brought to you by Devil's Lake, North Dakota. With something for everyone in every season. Discover your next adventure in Devil's Lake.
Get up here.
We're on an incredible saltwater fishing adventure with a pair of North Dakota transplants, Johnny Candle and Lee Timmerman, who've taken their fish-catching talent to the Gulf Coast of Florida, where it's obvious the skills gained from years of chasing North Country fish like walleye and pike translate well to the hard-fighting fish of the Gulf.
Fishing is fishing. If you know how to read a depth finder, drive around. Now granted, you may not know exactly what you're looking for, but it's not too hard to tell when something changes. And fish like edges. And it's not too hard to drive around in the ocean with modern day marine electronics. My Humminbird side imaging, down imaging, 2D sonar all running at the same time, and you go, oh, the bottom just changed right there. I wonder what's going on. And then you circle back around and look at it like, oh wow, there's 2 fish marks there. Let's drop something down to the bottom. So you pick up a shrimp or a pinfish or a jig, bucktail jig with a piece of gulp. You drop it to the bottom and shake it twice and it almost gets ripped out of your hand. You figured out that you're doing it right pretty quick. And I had very, very little difficulty, if any at all, adjusting other than finding just how heavy your tackle has to be. But fishing's fishing. You find structure, find the fish, put a bait in front of them, and they're either going to bite it or not. And I adapted really quick. Everybody that's been down here said, wow, it's really not all that different, is it? It's just bigger. I'm like, yeah, it's bigger and more diverse, but it's still just fishing.
This is just a little one. He's gonna come up in less than 10 minutes. Here he comes. Come on up here, dude. Awesome. In this sun, man, they're just beautiful, aren't they? See if I can just get him and unhook him if you want. Are you gonna grab him? Look at you. Look at this guy. He can film and land fish all at the same time, man. Get the line tangled on him. And that's just a little one. But it's still bigger than anything I'm catching at home in January, February, whatever month it is. That is awesome, people. Northland in the south. Why not? Beautiful.
The subsurface jigs and plastics have been producing, but with these fish feeding so aggressively on the surface, I decide to tie on a walk the dog style topwater bait, and it pays off.
There he is. Come on. He got it. That's a big one. I got him. That one finally ate it. I'm sorry. Everybody always makes fun of me when they watch the show and I set the hook and I start giggling, but that's why we do it, people. It's just so fun, especially a topwater like this. So I switched to that walk the dog topwater, like a Zara Spook, and they have just been coming up and thrashing it. And you don't hook up quite as often because it's tough, but this one, he really whacked it.
Famous saltwater words. We've got color.
Nice stocky little campaigner. There he is. Nice. Look at that. That's just a 10-pound fish. Small. But boy, that on topwater, that is so fantastic. He came up and he just smashed it. There you go. Beautiful fish.
North or south, this is fast becoming one of the best fish catching days on any body of water that I've had in a long time. And we're not done yet.
Wow. Oh my God.
Fish the famous waters on Minnesota's Lake of the Woods, the walleye capital of the world. Choose from over 50 full-service resorts with options for charter fishing, guide service, and full meal plans, or plan a trip and relax in the vast wilderness scenery. From the Northwest Angle to the South Shore, Rainy River, and Baudette, the Midwest's #1 fishing destination. Walleye, sauger, northern pike, and more. Minnesota's Lake of the Woods, best fishing anywhere. Log on to lakeofthewoodsmn.com.
Northland Outdoors is brought to you by Ray's Sport and Marine, when your passion is the water. Devil's Lake, North Dakota. Discover your next adventure. Staybill Mount, rock solid mounting systems. And by Muscatel Burns Ford. Get your next Ford from Ward. Professional angler and guide Johnny Candle and Hall of Fame sportscaster Lee Timmerman have been catching fish and sharing fish stories with all of us in the Northland for 3 decades. These days, they spend the winter months guiding fishermen in Carabel, Florida, where the weather is warm and the fishing is red hot. We've seen it firsthand today, battling a school of big and incredibly strong amberjack. But not only are these saltwater fish incredible fighters, there are so many different fish to catch. On this trip, we caught over a dozen different species, from the beautiful black sea bass,
Again a male, yep, with the hump.
to the clever and curious puffer fish.
As soon as they hit the water, he'll release the air and go straight down. Here, listen.
Like a balloon.
And from big bruiser redfish to the sleek speckled trout.
Beautiful fish.
And he whacked it.
But the amberjack have been the star of the day, and right now, Johnny is hooked up with a true monster.
It's not trying to get away. It's just sitting there.
Dead weight. That thing just does not want to play.
Feel better about this right here now.
We're gonna have to carry him home after this, Lee. Old man's gonna be tired. Come on, dude. Sorry, man, we're filming, so we gotta prepare ourselves. Wow! Oh my God! Oh, Johnny, what are we supposed to do with this guy? Wow. What'd you call him? Reef donkey? Reef donkey. Oh my God, that fish is giant.
Get on the sun side.
So now we know, folks in the Northland, why they come down to the Gulf in the winter, especially you and Lee. This is amazing, Johnny. What a beautiful fish.
Chad, we got that on 50-pound main line and a 50-pound leader, but it's only a size 6 spinning reel on a literal medium heavy freshwater fishing rod is what we caught that fish on. And I'm telling you, if that don't weigh 100 pounds, it's 85 or 90. But let's get them back so it can go back and swim.
Well, hey, listen, get down here. I mean, what else do we got to do in the North? I mean, ice fishing's great and everything. That's fun. Come on down, get a hold of Johnny. Come down here and look at this. It's amazing. Unbelievable. Thanks so much for having me.
Awesome.
I appreciate it. Fantastic.